Yo, what's going on YouTube, and welcome to Goal Line Hockey. It's Kevin Forte, and today we are taking a look continuing our breakout team in each division. Last video we did the Atlantic Division. We talked about the Ottawa Senators a little bit, and this is kind of a similar situation but in the Western Conference, and that is in the Pacific Division. It's not the Anaheim Ducks, it's the Vancouver Canucks. That is my breakout team going into this season. So the Vancouver Canucks are a team that is a little bit different, but also very similar to the Ottawa Senators in a couple of ways. So they've got the star talent up front. They've got JT Miller. They've got Elias Pettersson. If he gets stay healthy, Brock Besser. Andrei Kuzmenko has been pretty good. Beauvillier had a really good end-of-season run. So there's some good players on this team. They brought in Teddy Bluger, Pia Suter. You know, there's a lot to like about this team. They named Quinn Hughes the captain. Shout out to Quinn Hughes. Congratulations. That's awesome. The next captain of the Canucks. I think I'm more optimistic than a lot of people are with some of the moves they made. I really like them bringing in Pia Suter. I think he was good for the Red Wings, signed a really cheap deal. I think there's really not much to lose there. I really like Filip Hronek. A lot of people gave a lot of heat for that trade, trading that first-round pick for him to the Red Wings. I think he's a better defenseman than people give him credit for. He's not your flashy offensive defenseman. But if Filip Hronek can stay healthy, that's the key thing. If Hronek can stay healthy, I think he could actually be pretty good. He had 40 points in 60 games for the Red Wings. Now, is he going to be doing that for the rest of his career? Absolutely not. I wouldn't even expect that. But if he could just stay freaking healthy, Filip Hronek could be a really good defenseman here for the Vancouver Canucks. And I think he's going to be kind of what they need down there. You know, you have Tyler Myers locked up for this season. Carson Soucy, I think, is a pretty good defenseman. You know, Ian Cole on a one-year deal, Matt Irwin. But at the end of the day, all that stuff matters, but it doesn't matter nearly as much as what's in between the pipes. And that is Thatcher Demko. If Thatcher Demko is not healthy, again, all bets are off. I look like an idiot, and this is not the breakout season for the Vancouver Canucks. But if Thatcher Demko stays healthy and is in the lineup and can play anywhere between 50 to 60 games this season, the Canucks will be a playoff team. And I think he is just that kind of goaltender. There are not that many of them in the NHL. And that's why last season and the last 2 years they've been talking about trading Demko. And all I could think is that is the single worst thing you can do right now. And thank God they didn't trade him, because he is that good of a goaltender. They've got him locked up for the next 3 years. You've got to find a way to win with this guy. And I think this is a guy that if he's healthy, Demko is toward the top of the league on any given night, can outduel any goalie matchup. He is that good. And, you know, that's really the key factor here, because we know what they're capable of up front. The defense is going to, even if they're marginally better than they were last season, and that's not saying much, but the curve, when it's that high, if it's any bit better, I think they have a potential to do something special with a healthy Demko. They can score goals. They definitely can. I went to that game where Bo Horvat, his first game against the Canucks, he scored, and the Canucks ended up winning that game because they just outscored the Islanders. You know, the Canucks can do that, and I think they'll be able to do that again. And with a healthy Thatcher Demko, I think it's going to be even easier for them to do that. And don't forget, they've got a lot of younger players that could make the lineup either this season or next season that are really going to help them out either, like I said, maybe the beginning of the, in the spring this year, or maybe next season. You've got Jonathan Lekkerimäki, Vasily Podkolzin. There's a lot to like there. And if those guys can stay healthy, we could potentially be seeing Artur Silovs. Hopefully not too much, because you want Demko healthy. But if Artur Silovs comes in and maybe takes over Spencer Martin as the backup, again, another piece for the Canucks that I think could really make a difference for them when it comes crunch time to making the playoffs. They're going to need any bit of help they can get. I have them finishing with 98 points in the Pacific Division. And I don't think that's a stretch. I think the Canucks are capable of doing special things, but I just need to see more from them. And, I have them as a wild card team. They got to stay healthy, though, or none of this happens. And like I said, that's the key factor. You need a healthy Besser. Already they have on LTIR Tucker Pullman, Tanner Pearson. On IR, they've got Ilya Mikheyev. So, they're already fighting a little bit of the injury bug, and the season hasn't even started. So I'm hoping things work out for the Canucks. Like I said, I think there's a lot of young talent there that could really help them out, produce some points, and make a big difference for them. But I want to know, what you guys think in the comment section down below. What do you think of the Vancouver Canucks? What do you think is the potential for this team going into this season? I want to know your guys' thoughts. Guys, also make sure to stay tuned. We're going to be doing a weekly power rankings once the season gets going. So definitely stay tuned for that at the end of the month for our preseason power rankings. That'll be every Friday, weekly, every Friday at 12 o'clock Eastern. Guys, thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.